Amazing time. Let's make Priya feel welcome back, y'all. Come on, let's start the club in Austin. Priya Blunts.
Woo! Guys, give it up for me, because I'm the only vagina you will see on stage today. I don't know, unless you go to a strip club later, I'm just saying. I don't know what happens in London on Thursdays. This is actually my first time in London, and I don't really know a lot about London, I realized. I listen to a lot of UK music, that's about it. Like, I love dubstep. Or as I like to call it, sound healing for degenerates. I also love the Spice Girls. The Spice Girls, hell yeah. The only thing that always confused me was why wasn't there an Indian one? You could have just called her Spicy Spice. I'm staying in Dalston, and the first thing I realized about Dalston was that that's a gentrified neighborhood. Yep. I know it when I see it, because gentrified neighborhoods, they're all the same, okay? All the guys are walking around dressed like hot construction workers, but the only thing they've ever made with their own hands is cum. And only their own, too. If you can't tell, I do travel quite a bit. I was recently in Austin, Texas. Anybody ever been there? Okay, cool. What did you think of Austin?
I love it.
Okay, we had different experiences. I was in Austin, and, you know, they have really funny accents down there. They pronounce stuff really weird. Like, for example, they pronounce Indian Mexican. Yeah. Actually, in London, you guys pronounce Indian a little different, too. Yeah, you guys call it Paki. Nobody's called me a Paki yet. I just want you to know that. I'm just braced. I'm bracing for it. Yeah, no, Austin was interesting, though. I was standing outside this comedy club one night, and this guy comes up to me with a big smile on, and he points at my face, and he goes, "Indian. You ever been hit on, but it feels like a hate crime?" I was also talking to this like older woman when I was there, and she was trying really hard to connect with me, okay? She was like, "Oh my God, my sister's chiropractor is Indian." Lady, I don't give a fuck. You want to prove to me that you're down with the brown? Let me date your son. Where is Bradley? Just kidding. Yeah, before that, I was actually in Colombia, the country. Do we have any Colombians? All right, let's talk shit. Yeah, no, Colombia was interesting. I loved it there because it's the first time I've ever went to a different country, went to a bank and pulled out $1 million of something. That feels good, okay? That feels really good. A lot of my friends were warning me that they have like these really dangerous and pushy street vendors. And I was like, dude, I'm from New York City. Do you understand how many rappers' mixtapes I've turned down in Times Square? There's a lot of rappers in Times Square, if you don't know. Don't buy their mixtapes, by the way. Actually, one of these pushy street vendors came up to me one night, and he was like, "Hey, you need weed, coke, guns, bitches?" I was like, "Sir, I don't know who the hell you think I am, but do you have Botox back there? You gotta know your audience." Yeah, long story short, I went to Colombia and got Botox. A lot of my friends were like, "Are you really traveling halfway around the world just to get Botox?" And I was like, you know what? I didn't travel halfway around the world just to get Botox. I did coke too. They do take their beauty services very seriously in Colombia, though. And I know this because I walked into a salon and I saw a service I have never seen before, okay? It is a beauty service where you can take brown nipples and tattoo them into pink nipples. I know, it's so disturbing. You know, typically I support people with whatever they want to do to their bodies. Pierce them, tattoo them, I don't care. You know, but I do also believe, like at the very least, shouldn't your nipples match your pussy lips? Like if you're having sex with somebody, you don't think they're gonna notice you have like turkey nipples and a pastrami pussy? You know, like your pussy's saying, "Ay, papi," and then your nipples are like trying to call the cops on it. Don't let this cheery attitude like confuse you, I am actually a very depressed human being. I know I'm depressed because the only reason I shower is when I know I'm definitely seeing other people. Yeah, I'm actually not even brown. I'm just a very crusty white girl, y'all. Why am I so depressed? I actually got divorced this year. Yeah, that happened to me. Oh, thank you. That was the sentiment we were looking for. Yeah, don't tell my mom. Joking, she knows. Do you guys get divorced in London? Do you guys stay together for the kids? You think you're better than me? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, I kind of had a feeling my marriage was gonna fall apart, because honestly, I didn't even like planning my wedding. Like, all I remember was before my wedding, women would just come up to me asking me the stupidest questions. Like, they would ask me stuff like, hey, are you gonna be keeping your dress a surprise from your man? And it's like, girl, he is so removed from this planning process, the whole damn wedding is gonna be a surprise. Let's be real, my wedding is just a really big party I'm throwing with my mom. Yeah, speaking of my mom, actually, before my wedding, she kept trying to convince me to grow my bangs out because according to her, she's never seen like a traditional Indian bride with bangs. And I was like, you know what? I don't believe that. So together on the spot, we Googled Indian bride bangs. Hey, and you know what? None of those girls had bangs. Sometimes your mom is right. She had something on her forehead, it was not bangs. I am the best kind of divorce there is, though. I am divorced with no kids, hell yeah. And dead grandparents, that part is important too. Yeah, I guess I didn't have to say that. Yeah, no, luckily we didn't have any kids, mostly because we were like traveling a lot, and you can't like really travel with kids. I do have a friend who already has a baby, try to convince me that it's not that hard. She was like, look, all you have to do is pretend that your baby is another piece of luggage. It's like, bitch, what are you even saying right now? I can't hide LSD in my baby. Also, you guys know where babies come from, right? Yeah. I was actually with my ex for 14 years consecutively. Yeah, and after all that time, you do have to get a little more creative in the bedroom. I remember this one time, my ex and I, we decided to try out some role playing. Yeah, we rented a hotel room, and I role played that I was like a high-end hooker, and that he was just the piece of shit I had to fuck that night. Yeah, not gonna lie, you guys, only I was role playing. I stole his wallet anyway. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm in my 30s now. I'm in my 30s, which means for me, TikTok is just a noise that my knees and neck make. I'm trying to get serious, though. I'm trying to do serious things like, my friends were asking me recently about my retirement, if I have any plans for my retirement, if I'm saving for my retirement. So I started smoking cigarettes again. I'm also trying to buy a place in New York, and the other day I went into this website where you can find, houses, and I plugged in my budget, I plugged in the areas that I wanted, and one thing came up. It was a fucking parking spot. Yeah, so I'm dating again because I have to split these bills with somebody, okay? Yeah, I'm learning a lot, though. I'm dating for the first time in 14 years. I learned recently that I'm a sapiosexual. Yeah, that's just a fancy way of saying I've been fucking some ugly people. My ex is dating again too, and I know this because his new girlfriend made a profile on my Netflix account. I know. Obviously, I had to see what this girl was watching, right? Obviously. Guys, it was all murder shows. All murder shows. And I was like, dude, this is a really messed up way to find out. Yo, you're dating a white girl now? He's white, so like it kind of makes sense, but like not to me, you know what I mean? Yeah, my ex was white. He was actually Russian. Do we have any Russians here with us? All right, we're gonna talk shit about them too. Okay. I speak fluent Russian now for whatever reason, and people are always saying, At least you walked away from that relationship with a skill. And it's like, yeah, cool. If I ever get human trafficked, I guess I'll talk to my abductor. I do remember why I learned how to speak Russian, though. Okay, so I would find myself being the only person of color surrounded by Russians all the time. And I don't know if you've heard that language, but that shit sounds scary, okay? It's not like French, you know? You hear people speaking French around you, you're like, it's cool, they're just ordering bread for the table. If you hear a bunch of Russians speaking Russian around you, you're like, oh shit. Is my location shared with somebody? Because honestly, the only thing scarier than the movie Get Out is the movie Get Out in Russian. All right, thank you guys. I've been PRIYA Blunts. Keep it going for your host.
PRIYA Blunts, ladies and gentlemen. PRIYA Blunts. Well done, PRIYA. Good stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, what we're going to do, we're going to take our first break. We try and keep to 15 minutes. If